it's me, Glenda, with Fralins and Friends again. We're continuing with this story of Noah in paint. The story of Noah actually covers quite a large area of Genesis, starting in chapter 6. Now, when you read the Bible, you have to realize that it's like sometimes when a kid, well, not when a kid tells a story, but okay, sometimes like when I'm talking to you, I will give you a quick summary and then I'll go back and give you all the details. So that's often what happens here, but okay. Okay, God looked on the earth and he found violence and all that. But Noah was the one clean and righteous man that he found. Which doesn't mean Noah never sinned or didn't know of sin. It just means that he was, well, it says, but Noah found favor in the eyes of the Lord. These are the records of the generations of Noah. Well, I'm not going to go through all of that, but he had 3 sons, Shem, Ham, and Japheth. Now they were married and they had their wives. Okay, and all of them were in the ark. It says Noah did according to what all that God had commanded him. Make for yourself an ark of gopher wood. You shall make the ark with rooms and shall cover it inside and out with pitch. And this is how you shall make it. The length of the ark 300 cubits, its breadth 50 cubits, and for height 30 cubits. You shall make a window for the ark and finish it to a cubit from the top, I think, yeah. Anyway, you can see that God was very detailed in his instructions to Noah on how to build the ark. Although you can see that's still very wet. Okay, I'm going to paint this is kind of the water here. It's really not too difficult with this part because it's pretty much the ark and the water and the sky, but it's a very important part of the story. I didn't put something down for my protect the table. This is the same one I've been using, so. I hope I've got that so you can see it there. I think it's been fun doing these stories. I think this one makes me a little more nervous because this is a story from the Bible and I don't want to get it wrong. As a kid, I could have probably quoted you the whole thing in no time, but because, you know, we studied a lot about it back then, but I mean, those were our Sunday school stories and our Bible school stories. Not that it isn't important to study it as an adult. It's probably more important because we think of them more as Sunday school things. Why, I don't know. Probably because we think they'll be more interested. You imagine that they had all of this water and air to look at for all that time, and in close quarters with each other and all the animals. How would we be today if we were living in an ark like that for a year or so? We would be tearing each other apart or tearing our hair out, one or the other. I'm sure there were times that they had to find ways to get away from each other and take breaks. Wonder how many times Mrs. Noah sent him to sleep with the animals for being too bossy. I mean, married people had spats back then too, I'm sure. Especially when you're closed in like that. I'm just joking. I'm sure that they found ways to get along, and if they had an argument, they probably found ways to deal with it. So that's pretty much it for tonight, because this is pretty much what it looked like to Noah, I guess. But he let the raven go, and it came back because there was nowhere to land. There was no dry land yet. So here's our storyboard so far. You see all that? Oops. There we go. So God tells Noah to build the ark. Noah builds the ark, him and his sons, and calls the animals 2 by 2, and the cleaner ones he calls by 7. And then it starts to rain, and it rains for 40 days and 40 nights. It floods the world from the lowest part to well over the top of the mountains. And after they've been out there for quite a while, after the rain has stopped, Noah sends out the raven. But the raven comes back because there's nowhere for it to land. And then tomorrow night, we'll send a dove out. So, excuse me. I'll see you tomorrow night. I love you. Good night.